Now we welcome in Wartburg women's basketball coach Bob Amsbury, who's here to talk to us about his girls and their NCAA tournament run thus far. Thank you for joining us today.
You bet. Thanks for having me.
First off, tell us about kind of the emotion that went on when you guys heard your name being selected as an at-large bid for the tournament.
You know, the whole season's been emotional. We started off so well and beat a couple top 10 teams in December and felt good about it. And then in January, we hit a little slide where we lost 5 out of 6. Then we got it going again toward the end. Won 6 games in a row going into the conference tournament, and then got upset. And I knew we had a chance going in to that last week, and I knew we were going to be a bubble team. Would either be one of the first teams in, or one of the last teams in, or one of the first teams out. And when our name called, it was just kind of like we got a new life and a second chance. So it was awesome.
Yep. How have you handled kind of the roller coaster of emotion then this year?
You know, we just try to keep our players steady the whole time, knowing that every team goes through ups and downs in a season. And really in our slide, when we lost 5 of 6, we were still defending very well. 4 of those 5 losses were by 2 possessions or less. So it was just a matter of sticking with the process and hanging in there and continuing to believe in ourselves and in each other. And I thought we did a good job of doing that.
Obviously, you've won the first 2 games and are now on to the Sweet 16. What do those 2 games mean to you, and how do you keep it rolling?
You know, it means a lot. We're in a position that our program hasn't been in since 2001. Our kids have worked hard for this. We've planned for this. Sometimes plans don't work out, but it's worked out for us so far. And we're just excited to keep going and show people what we have.
So now St. Thomas is on a 16-game win streak. What's kind of the outlook for that game?
Yeah, I think it's a good matchup for us. They're built a lot like us. They've got a really good inside player, really dynamic. She's 6'3" and athletic, but we've got big kids too that I think we match up well with her. And then their guard play is very good. They stretch the floor. They can shoot the 3. They're athletic. They're deep. In a lot of ways, it's like looking in the mirror. So I think it's going to be a good matchup.
You've proven that you can beat some of the top teams in the country. How do you knock off another one on Friday?
We got to stay true to who we are. I told our kids after our Friday win that we need to take the same approach. It's a different opponent, but we'll take the same approach. And we did a good job of that, and nothing changes. We need to take the same approach. And we need to be a good version of ourselves. And if we're a good version of ourselves, I think we can play with anyone.
You mentioned the approach will be the same, but how do you keep the girls hungry for more rather than getting complacent or being happy with how far they've made it so far?
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about that. At this time of year, you keep playing. You know, you're motivated. It doesn't take anything to get them motivated. They're ready to play. And our group is together as much as any team I've ever had.
So what's kind of the message heading into the game Friday for the team?
Compete hard, stay true to who we are, trust each other, believe in each other, give it our best shot.
What's kind of the run you've had so far? What's that do to make your team whole, make your team as coming together as one?
You know, it's easy when you win. I think teams really get tested when stuff gets hard, and stuff got hard for us in January, and we fought through that, and we fought through it together, and so it's just a matter of staying together. Even in a game, you know, if it goes well, it's kind of easy. When it gets hard, I think that's where your true test comes. And you know, Saturday, Oshkosh made a run at us after we got a really good start, and we struggled kind of in the second part of the first quarter, but our kids just hung together and continued to defend, and so we're ready for that kind of challenge.
All right. Thanks, Coach, for joining us today. Best of luck on Saturday. The Knights will travel to St. Paul to take on St. Thomas at 8 p.m. on Friday.